Welcome to the Loner Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, and I am the Loner Ranger. You can tune in and listen to me here, and I'm going to tell you something. You can also check me out on my YouTube channel under Bruce Woodburn YouTube, or you can go to my Spotify, or you can check me out on iHeartRadio on any one of my podcasts. Always here to make sure I help guide my clients and you, the listeners, my loyal listeners, into understanding the best mortgages to get. When should you get a mortgage? Who qualifies for a mortgage today? What obstacles are people experiencing today? What trends are happening in the market? And how to refinance a home and get the most out of our refinance transactions. Are no closing cost loans for refinance better than paying your own closing costs? Interesting question. I hear a lot of people saying, hey, don't pay your closing costs and we'll pay them for you. Do you really believe that somebody else is paying your closing costs for you? I mean, man, I see closing costs on loans and they could be several thousands of dollars. Is somebody just willing to dip into their pocket and pay those for you? So I look at that and I say, hey, look at, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So what are we really doing here? Is it really something that we have to take into consideration when it comes to refinancing a home? And how much of a reduction of an interest rate do you truly need to be able to make it worthwhile for you? Then what kind of programs are available for entry-level buyers right now? How can you get in for 0 down payment or 3% down or 3.5% down? What are the first-time home buyers experiencing right now? How can you help a young adult if you are an adult parent with adult children or a grandparent with adult grandchildren or children? How can you help them? Well, I'm going to tell you something. This is my experience. First of all, I am seeing so many people just literally overloaded with student debt. And the student loan payments are way more than they make. So you got somebody that's got 50, 60, 80, 100,000 plus dollars. I've seen them into the $300,000 mark on student loans, and they make $45,000 a year. It doesn't make any sense to do that. I mean, I hope that people go back to doing trade schools again. We need more plumbers, electricians, carpenters, those kind of things that, are becoming a dying breed, but making a lot of money. I mean, I do. The interesting thing about my job is I get to know what people make what kind of money. It's very difficult to fool me when you say I make a certain amount of money because I know what the trends are. And I'm seeing plumbers and electricians making $100,000 a year, 90 to 120. Owning your own company, of course, is different. You could make a lot more or a lot less. But those are the trends that I'm seeing. Now, there's a couple other trends that I'm seeing right now, and that is the trend on multiple offer situations when it comes to purchasing a new home. How do you get in and how do you become the winning offer when you're up against 5, 6, 10 other people that want the same house that you want? It's really difficult to do. It's very difficult, and it's frustrating for a lot of folks out there. And then not only do you have to pay more over full price, but they may want you to say, you're paying over full price. You got to waive the appraisal contingency. By the way, you got to waive the home inspection contingency. Here's my opinion on that. I'm okay with waiving the appraisal contingency, not waiving an appraisal. They're two different things. You're going to get an appraisal because it's going to be required for most financing. You have to know what you're up against. But I don't have a problem as much for folks that have a little bit extra cash to be able to pay over appraised value in this market. Why would I ever recommend that? I'll tell you why. The trend is going to continue to rise up. Whatever you buy today will be of greater value and built-in equity tomorrow. So if you bought a $400,000 house and you paid $435,000 for it, well, you essentially feel like you overpaid by $35,000. But just because you overpaid for that doesn't mean it's not worth it. And that's the mistake that most people make. It's not that it's not worth the price. Obviously it is, or you wouldn't pay it, and you wouldn't be up against 5 other people that were willing to do the same thing. The dilemma is that the appraisers cannot keep up with comparable sales in order to justify their value. Doesn't mean that the value is not there. It's just that they have to use certain parameters, certain guidelines, certain rules, and limits on certain adjustments in order to bring in value. Well, quite frankly, if an appraiser can only use closed transactions, but there's several other transactions that haven't closed yet, then it's only a matter of 30, 60, 90 days before that $35,000 that you overpaid in that house is now even, because you closed, you became your own comparable for somebody else in 30, 60 days from now. So your value will be made up. And that trend isn't going to slow down. I'm telling you, folks, it's not going to slow down. It's not going to slow down anytime soon. We have still a shortage of inventory. Builders can't build fast enough. There's a shortage of rental properties. So somebody's got to live somewhere, unless you want them to move back home. That's going to continue to drive prices up. Then you've got inflation. So you got the cost of lumber, windows, appliances. I mean, everything's gone up. And as we raise minimum wage, your hamburger goes up. Your French fries go up. Everything goes up. It's all going to even out at the end. I don't care if they raise minimum wage to $15 an hour. Shit, give them $150 an hour. What difference does it make? It'll just mean that your hamburger is going to be $125. It's all going to end up the same at the end of the day. We'll have to get our incomes to adjust to the cost of goods. And I say that as an exaggeration, folks. Don't call me up and go, wow, we don't want, a hamburger to be $150. Well, nobody does. But it doesn't matter what somebody makes, because the cost of living and the cost and the pay scale will go up at some point to even everything off. So whoever was making $8 an hour and now wants $15 an hour will actually have the same amount of money to spend at the end of the day. It won't make any difference. I mean, you guys know that, right? But it is driving the cost of material up, and it's driving it up fast. And that's going to continue this trend on increasing the cost to purchase a home. But if you get in now, you might not like the prices you're paying, but I can assure you one thing. You're going to like them a lot less if you wait. A lot less. Because then you just think about this. Right now, we got about a 15% appreciation rate. So that's $15,000 per $100,000. Okay, $300,000 would be about a $45,000 increase. And I'm telling you, folks, that's conservative. My son bought a home 1 year ago, paid $245. It's almost worth $300 already. Okay, so when I say 15%, that's in some areas. Some areas it might be as high as 30%, but it can't go down. The cost of materials going up. And as builders raise prices, you may think, well, the resale won't follow suit. Oh, yes, they will. Would you not follow suit if you had a house to sell? Of course not. You want the most that you can get for your house too. Problem is you got to go find another house. And you're going to pay a premium for that one too. I'm the Loner Ranger, 407-706-3313. Call me here at the station, 407-706-3313. Visit my website, apply online. Super easy, WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. Remember that. I'm here not only to help you with your financing when it comes to buying or refinancing a home, but I'm also here to make sure that you have the right guidance. You know what to do. You understand the process. You have clear answers. I'm the Loner Ranger. You can always reach me at 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. When we get back from this next break, I want to talk about what's going on in the forbearance world right now and how can that affect you moving forward. We'll be back in just a few minutes with a little bit more of the Loner Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. Stay tuned.